Make it a double by the end of the night. Clothes on the bedroom floor. Yeah, if you're doing it right, won't touch or say it all. No, no, lips don't have to talk when we communicate. Pull me close and listen up to what my body say. No, no, lips don't have to talk when we communicate. Pull me close and listen up to what my body say. Body say, 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 what my body say. Body say, 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 what my body say. No, no, lips don't have to talk when we communicate. Pull me close and listen up to what my body say. No, no, lips don't have to talk when we communicate. Pull me close and listen up to what my body say. To what my body say. To what my body say. Pick up the pace. Don't keep me waiting. Put your hands on my waist. I'll satiate it. I'ma give you a taste. Yeah, I got something sweet. Oh, let me explain everything I mean. No, no, lips don't have to talk when we communicate. Pull me close and listen up to what my body say. No, no, lips don't have to talk when we communicate. Pull me close and listen up to what my body say. Body say, body say, body say, body say, body say, body say, to what my body say. Body say, body say, body say, body say, body say, what my body say. To what my body say. No, no, lips don't have to talk when we communicate. Pull me close and listen up to what my body say. No, no, lips don't have to talk when we communicate. Pull me close and listen up to what my body say. Body say. To what my body say. To what my body say.
As a saver, you're good at keeping your wallet happy. PSENG's Whole Home Energy Solutions can help you do what you do best. And according to energy.gov, you could save up to 30% on your energy costs. Just answer 3 questions on our website, and we'll recommend a home energy assessment that fits your needs. You'll get expert advice, several energy-efficient products fully installed, and additional upgrades if you qualify. Make energy savings part of every day. Visit pseg.com/wholehome.
I've had a little bit too much. All of the people start to rush, but uneasy twist of dance, can't buy my drink, I'm in. Where all my keys, I lost my phone. What's going on the floor? I love this record, baby, but I can't see straight anymore. Keep it cool, what's the name of this club? I can't remember, but it's alright, just
on the dance floor, checking out that catalog. Can't believe my eyes, so many women without a flaw. And I ain't gon' give it up, steady tryna pick it up like a call. I'm a hit and I'm leading the platch, I'll do it until tomorrow, yeah. Shawty, I can see that you got so much energy. The way you're twirling up them hips round and round. There's no reason at all why you can't leave it with me. In the meantime, stay, let me watch you break it down and dance.
Perfect.
What up, what up?
Hello.
Amazing timing. The song that I had planned for stream had just ended. I'm Paul Green, everybody. Oh, nope, now I'm back to my normal thing.
I turned on my camera and it just broke my Discord.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the Shopify jersey on today. Look at that.
I figured
He figured something, but we ain't ever gonna hear.
now they need some love.
All
Dude,
all stream
What is
heard
my
was
Discord doing? It's like crashing.
all stream heard was I figured need some love.
Okay, is it good now?
Yeah, you're good now.
I just don't know what's going on. My Discord keeps like spam crashing.
Have you
But,
updated your League of Legends client and that's what's crashing it? I don't know.
It could be. I just turned my computer on, so I must have something.
I mean, you're fine now, so I don't know.
But no, I was saying now's probably a more important time than ever to support the squad.
Why is your down and out? Ready to get your teeth kicked
Yeah,
in by
he-
FlyQuest this weekend?
Yeah, I think they're not in a good place. So I think it's time to hope that magic can happen. Because, I mean, only 2 teams make it out, right?
Only 2 teams.
Or,
get
my bad,
eliminated.
2 teams don't
Yeah.
make it out. Yeah, my
And
bad.
as of right now, like you are
Yeah.
positioned to not make it out. Assuming
Yep.
that the only saving grace that you have right now is that you really need Dignitas to beat us. Like you
Yeah,
really need that. You need to force the. I mean, great. You'll play the cross promotional game. Like you'll play like the 4 because you're the 4 seed. You will play the 3
Yep.
seed of the other group. But the 3 seed
point.
of the other group is likely Lion, who I think
Yep.
is better than you guys right now. Like if you could play DSG, that'd be great. But
Yeah. It's
Good
going to
luck.
be Lion if we're being real.
I mean, you could beat their bot lane. I think Henna and Lion look like shit.
They don't look perfect, but I don't think our bot lane is like some kind of bot lane that punishes that well. I know people like B-Boy in Seos, so they're not going to love me saying that, but I think they're fine. I don't think they're 2 dudes who you like go, these guys are going to carry us to the promised land.
I can't believe you guys lost that series.
Yeah, I
I
can't either,
legitimately
to be
can't believe you lost that. Like, there's no world in which I thought you'd chuck games 2 and 3. No, if it's this.
Sorry.
one.
My camera's being weird, so I'm hoping I can fix it.
Mm,
It is just an old piece of junk, though.
yeah. Well, let me give everybody an intro. Everybody, welcome to the Crossover Podcast episode 170. I'm David. This is Paul. Paul is struggling with his camera the same way that Shopify struggles to close out leads. It's just not working.
I need to look at some marketplace webcams that old ladies buy and then throw away.
Or you could use that 5% discount code on an Elgato camera.
Thought about it.
Marketplace sounded better.
Thought about it. And then remembered I have a child.
Can't fight that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm poor and have a child. But
That's the life that I get to look forward to, right?
yeah, yeah. You finally, dude, I think the best part about having a kid is that everybody waits to do it until they're financially sound, you know? So you wait until you've actually hit that point where you can be like, okay, I'm comfortable. Like, I'm at least comfortable enough to throw a kid into the mix. That's where you feel like you have to be.
Yeah.
And then you do it and you're like, all right, we're right back to sucking again. Bad again.
Yep.
You're like, there's like a week where you're like, life's pretty good, and then you're like, well, life isn't fun anymore.
Parenting going well though?
Yeah,
That's good.
she's starting to sleep like, I don't know, every night ish. She's sleeping like a good, I would say, 6 to 8 hours
That's good. That's
already.
really
Yeah,
good.
she's moving quick. About a week ago, she did have a moment of like weakness, I would say, where she was very fighting hard. But that's what babies do, I guess.
Yep. They have that like retraction period where it reverts for a little bit and then fixes itself.
Yep.
But that's a habit that we all have to a certain extent. We fix our problems and then all of a sudden they rear their ugly heads again. And then we try and fix them again. Luckily kids
Are
are
you going where I think you're going?
Yep. 100 Thieves.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with a certain team that seems to have a jungler issue.
Oh, I mean, we can go.
Consistently
I'm,
and
down,
all.
I'm down to go there. I wore this jersey for a reason.
No, a different team that has different jungler problems. Off Rift. Well, on Rift, but in a different way. Not during game matches. It's always in solo queue.
Oh,
I was thinking
with,
of Inspired.
Okay, I'm down to start there. Fuck it. Fuck it. What do you think
They
of that
just-
clip?
I am not a fan of people sprinting it in games, like actually like pros doing it.
Yeah.
Like I don't love anybody sprinting games because it sucks, and we all know my stance on people who run down in my games. I hope and I pray for the day they come back in my game so I can let them know what I think about it. But I don't understand why, like, I don't know, a lot of people are just being like, it's not that deep. It is what it is.
I think it is.
And it
that
feels
deep.
weird to me. Well, I do, yeah, I do too. I'm just shocked. The esports community, I would say about 50-50, are like on the side of like, who cares? This is just how it is with pro players. And I'm like, I don't know, man. We're not like, they're ambassadors of the game in a sense.
They are. They're
And
like right now.
you
They're bigger
kinda have to
than
hold
some
them high.
creators. I'd say. In terms of
Oh,
their
yeah, for
influence.
sure. Yeah. And you kind of have to hold them that way. Like, I don't think you can sit here and be like, yeah, they're not that big a deal. It's not the end of the world that he's printing it. It kind of just is what it is. I'm like, is it really though? Is this one of those things where we can just be like, this is okay?
Yeah.
Especially for where we're at in League of Legends, I don't think we're in a point where we can be like, yeah, it's cool if somebody's sprinting it. I mean,
No.
what are we supposed to do about it?
We're getting LP refunded right now for people that sprint it. So like,
Yeah.
why is it magically then okay to do it there? Like you shouldn't be exempt from it just because you're this top tier pro. I get where the game state was. You can make that argument all you want. At the end of the day, you still ran it intentionally.
Yep.
So it's like, in my mind, if I'm Riot, like if I'm in charge in this situation, I'm giving them a 1-game suspension.
Yeah.
Or
No, I think
one
that's
series.
fair.
Like 1 day, like a day suspension.
Yeah.
You want to be a fucking idiot? Sorry about your luck.
I mean, a day's not even that bad either. Well, this is the perfect format for a day suspension
Yeah.
because I guess it's not that bad in the sense of like, come on, it's a day thing, but it does mean something in the sense of you missed a whole best of 3.
Yeah. And to be clear, because I can see Lunar already going at this in the chat. I can already see it coming. Go at everybody. You got to go
Yeah.
at everybody. Like anybody that's going to do this, that's going to run it down by like the standard metric that is like reportable by your own standards. Everybody gets a ban. I don't care if half the fucking pro scene gets banned for a day. I don't care. Set the tone from the top. Set the tone
Yeah.
from the fucking top. Period.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
You'll change shit
I
real
don't-
quick. Real quick.
I don't see why they feel a need to defend, like, honestly, any of the people who are sprinting it in solo queue and happen to also be like massive, massive creators.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get Riot's policing on that front. You just you're normalizing it, and you're letting the casual community know that it's like, hey, if they can get away with it, you can fucking get away with it. And it's like,
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I'm not trying to go back into, the whole off-season drama that we started here. But I think it goes for like every bit of behavior. Like if you do something that is by Riot's code of conduct punishable, fucking punish them. Like like there's this outrage currently on the Valorant community over like their 5-year celebration video. People were pissed. It's like, oh, you didn't really say, like, you said all these things that you want to do and that you're catering to the players and that we appreciate this and that, and then you do no actions that actually like help the players whenever your game's in not the best spot right now. It's the same thing with League of Toxicity. They sit here and they claim all the time, it's like, oh, we want to take steps towards, cleaning up the community and toxic. We understand that toxicity is a problem. Then actually fucking do the clear-cut thing that you should be doing, which is content creators, pro players, etc. Give them bans. Not permanent bans. Like, again, you have to scale it. So it's like 1 day, then, a week, then a month, and then you're gone. Like, scale it like that. But, like, you got to fucking do it. And that includes in Korea, too, where, as chat noted out, there's a bunch of shit said in Korean chats. Crack down on that shit real quick.
Yep.
Like, it ain't hard. It's really not. But I get it's their paying customer base and they don't want to, step on the toes of anybody there.
Yeah. And I will say there's like, it is a fair point to also talk about how the players, I mean, by technicality, a lot of players in the East do have things they do bad too, right? Like the racist ones, but that's okay. Like they're saying LS, like go and ban those players too. I mean, crack down on that stuff.
Yep.
I don't think it's a problem, but it's also like one of those, you can crack down on the LS ones. You can crack down on what? EU West players who are literally sprinting pro player games whenever other regions come to their region to play tourneys. Like, crack down on that, make it less of a meme. It's not a huge deal. Like, well, it is a huge deal when you let it go.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a huge deal to sane people when you actually just be like, hey, quit being weird about things. Like, it's not that deep. But it is like, I think it's really awkward if you're just letting who is it? If you're letting Inspired literally int in a game like that. And he's done it multiple times. Like, he's known for doing it in pro play according to challenger players, and there's a lot of other clips that have been shown over the years. I mean, this isn't the first time this has been popular of him inting in a pro game. So it's kind of weird that they just are consistently like, there's nothing we can do.
Yep. I mean, there is something they can do. They just refuse to take the action on it. It's as simple as that.
Yep. Also, question. Do you get the same, can I put your name into like Amazon to get Elgato stuff?
Has to be ordered directly through them.
Dude, that's such a toughie. They have an official store on Amazon.
Is it the same price as the website?
No, it's 25% off on Amazon
They might have a sale
for
going
the
on.
same thing. Yeah, they have a sale on Amazon and not on the website.
By all means, then I
know.
like it's still buying their
I
product,
get-
so like it's fine. Like
I get that, but I just mean that's lame that I can't.
yeah,
Like,
I
put
wouldn't get
in
like commission or
to
anything
you.
for it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's lame.
but hey, it's better for you. I don't care about the commission for me. If that works for you, then I've driven
Well, it just
somebody.
stinks because I have my hotel points are about to expire.
Yeah. So
and I
yeah,
can
use
convert them to Amazon money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Use them. Like you're still look at the end of the day, a company can't be pissed if like I get somebody to buy their product just because it doesn't go through my channel because you offer a better deal on a third party platform. Like I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is click my link in the description to get me a
Oh,
click
yeah.
each day.
True.
That's always good. Driving traffic.
True.
But no, I Riot's never gonna act on it. Like they should do something
No.
about Inspired. They're not going to, so it's kind of just a I hate to say it's a non-story, but it kind of is. It's like, what are we gonna do?
Oh, someone real quick said which product is it? It's the Neo face cam.
Yeah, the Neo Face Cam is like
I
the
don't-
budget line, the starter.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's their starter brand, and it's 25% off right now.
yep. It's a good buy.
So, yeah, I don't know what to tell people. That's a crazy good deal, and it sucks that that's not your link. But if you click Dave's link, like you said,
Duck, no, nothing happened there. He was cleared. But
yeah, he was cleared. It seems like there's nothing they want to do with Inspired. So he's probably gonna get cleared. One sec, I have to listen to the baby. I'm watching her while the wife's in there. If you want to talk for a second.
All right, I'll transition us then, since I think we're good on the FlyQuest point, over to TL. I know Paul's gonna have a lot to say on the fact that people are really hating on TL for like how much they're losing, or not how much they're winning, but people are giving them shit. To which I would say, I definitely don't think they look clean. But like, here's the perception I'm getting. Here's what the angle I think Paul's gonna take. I remember like my first time watching like a full split was 2017 summer TSM. If I recall correctly, they barely crept in the playoffs, and they did not look good in the regular season for whatever reason. Whenever they got in the playoffs, it clicked. For whatever reason that might be, it just clicked.
That was the year Double Lift, wasn't it? The year he
Came back.
Sorry, I had to turn this off
No, you're good.
because of I'm holding the baby and Sam doesn't want her on
Yep,
there.
nope, that makes sense.
No, that was the year Double Lift took off spring. Wild Turtle came in, they won, and then Double Lift came back, and yeah, they looked really awkward because everyone was kind of salty that Double Lift just wasn't playing half the year.
Yep. But they still won. And for Team Liquid, from the sounds of it, if you base it on what Cubby said on Hotline League, them reportedly bringing in Yuji, even though it hasn't been announced by the org yet, it sounds like that's going to be a split 3 thing due to visa, not issues, but like visa, his whole visa situation. But dude, the only thing that scares me about TL is the mental boom on Umpty's part. They won 2-0 this weekend. And Umpty looked like he barely escaped Vietnam.
Yeah, he looks like he's fighting for his life. I'm not gonna lie.
Which I get it.
And-
like them signing like Yuji, or like reportedly signing Yuji, is like that's kind of your signal, like, hey brother, like it's that bad.
Yeah. And I think like the thing is the problem is that they're winning in playoffs, and it's awkward because they're looking ugly the whole split, and they're doing this a lot where they're just looking ugly, but then they somehow like just put it all together when it matters most and look good regionally. I get internationally they go out there and they kind of look like a punching bag, but it's hard to like, I don't know, as a player I don't know what you do because they're essentially asking you to just perma win all the time, which I get is a lot of fans' expectations, and it's more fun when your team wins a lot.
Yep.
But when you're winning the most important things, it does have to feel awkward, I'm sure. And they're in a tough position. I know they all signed the contracts and they wanted to stay together as a team, but it's got to be tough on the players to have a coach who's in and out so much. And I understand he has a lot going on personally.
Yep.
But not everybody is probably signing up for that idea, you know? They obviously did. They signed up theoretically for that idea, but that's because what are you going to do? Leave a team that you just placed first and second on last year?
Yeah.
And we're what, one best of 5 away from getting out of groups?
Yep.
We're best of 3 at Worlds. Like, it's not that bad. So
I mean, I will say, first stand was that bad.
First stand was, for sure. And that's what I mean is now, like, with their coach going in and out of being around. Like, I wonder if that has them, and he left halfway through. Like, and I get, again, I can't say enough, a lot of personal stuff. But that can't be easy on the players because when you're taking all the hits
Yeah.
for what'd you just read?
A comment that said Spawn needs to resign.
Mm.
That's one of the wildest statements I think I've ever heard.
I mean, would it be better though to just let them try to figure it out
Without him there and deal with
without the half in, half out?
I
mean, I want to say
I-
no still because the value of him even just showing up for a little bit has been shown.
I don't think it's worth TL losing him. Maybe you shift him to a different role within the org, maybe. But like he's proven his value 20 times over.
Yeah.
And if you don't keep him around, somebody's going to sign him in some capacity and come back. Like, Spawn is too big of an asset. Even if he's only there half the time, he's still too big of an asset for any org that he could be a part of, in my opinion. I don't know what the answer is there. But I definitely don't think you get rid of him or replace him or do anything there. If that was a problem, I think they would have. I'm not saying they would have fully addressed it by now. I think, if anything, they'll wait till the end of the year to make a change in some capacity. But for those being like, oh, he needs to get there, he can't. He has already said that's not possible. So, like, we gotta, like, the community as a whole needs to, like, cut the narrative entirely out of your brains that he can be here permanently, because he can't.
Yep.
So you have to accept the reality that is that situation and make do with what it is and figure out a way around it, figure out a solution that works best for every way that leads to the most optimal results. But sitting here being like, he's either got to be in person, like, what can you do?
Yep.
Like, you can't change that.
And it's hard to say get rid of a guy who's led them so far. It's just difficult.
Yeah,
Like, that would be a lot to take in, I feel like.
it would. Now, here's my question for you. Is Impact underperforming, or are people stepping up to be better than him finally?
People stepping up to meet him, or is he underperforming?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say probably underperforming and also just where he's at in his age. I mean, at some point he's got to start slowing down. Like, this is like the LeBron thing, you know? Like, LeBron is still great, right? Like, Impact has been great forever, especially for a League of Legends player. But at some point you got to quit making the old man play the whole fourth quarter in the second half. Like, you got to look at Impact and be like, you are hitting this age where we have to start being slightly realistic about how much we're putting you through.
Yeah.
And I know like that's what is it? That's very
Ages.
people hate hearing that about him because he is a very we all have a soft spot for Impact if we're being real.
Yep.
But he's just getting older and older. Like
My thing was, whenever we came into this split, what I wanted most from topside across the entire LTA was I wanted people to step up and make it so that Impact is not the unanimous top laner, best top laner in the league, and then we go internationally and then Impact drops the ball and we all get fucked for it. All right. I needed somebody to step up and challenge him domestically so he's not just fucking better than everybody. And that will make our entire region better. And there's two sides of that coin, one of which is, yes, people actually step up and put him into bad situations and force him to take bad trades or put him in bad matchups where he can't recover and can't rebound and properly punish him the way Eastern players do, or at least like a step towards that. Or he starts making a bunch of mistakes and starts falling off. And like the region doesn't elevate, but he drops down to them.
yeah.
I think personally, I haven't seen, at least in lane where like he's had his issues, I haven't seen any egregious mistakes. None that stand out in my mind, at least from watching the bits that I have of them. So I genuinely think, and my perception is that yes, Bwipo and Thanatos specifically have stepped up pretty well. And Licorice also, I mean, Licorice has had a history of stepping up when he needs to at certain times to contest people, even if he doesn't win a series. Doesn't see the top five top laners' mistakes. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to naturally see it, but that's my point is like I'm not a coach. I can only judge this from the perspective that I have. And it seems to me like other people were stepping up in this moment. So this is exactly what I wanted, which is good. And that to me isn't like drop Impact. That doesn't mean that you get rid of him. It just means that now he has to step up. And if he can't, then fine. Then like he is getting to that age, and it's just it's unfortunate he's not going to be able to. But like I don't see this getting easier. If Bwipo is going to be trading Gakgos, and FlyQuest is going to have a second top laner who's on par with Bwipo, oh man, we're in trouble.
Yeah, and I don't think you can realistically sit here and lie to yourself that it's going to continue getting easier. I just don't. I don't think that for Impact it will, but at the same time, I feel the same thing I keep seeing, or I feel the same thing about every critique I see about Team Liquid, which is we have to wait till playoffs to really know, because for some reason, when it matters most, they really start to punch up again. Like in playoffs and regionally, maybe not internationally, right? They've been having their struggles and they have a clear mental block when they play internationally. But regionally, they seem to just lock in playoffs, or at least everybody else feels the pressure too much. I don't know. But either way, they get way better. And it is like, it's just strange.
Do you think UG changes anything with TL? Like knowing what we know of them, like that they could still like come into playoffs and step up. Could they still do that same thing with UG? Like, what do you think is that thing that clicks that allows them to punch up? Like, what gets them above their weight class now?
They theoretically, yes, can get better with UG, but I don't think UG really does for them the same thing that Umpty is going to do.
Do you think that Umpty is like the Smithy, kind of like the glue player that kind of keeps them together then?
Oh, you mean Umpty?
Yeah. Sorry, did I say UG?
Oh, okay.
I meant Umpty.
You said Xmithy.
No, I'm saying, is UG like Xmithy?
Oh, is like UG like Xmithy? Oh, yeah, I don't
he's
think
taking
UG...
the brunt of everything.
No, I don't think he can do that. I think a lot of like what Umti does for them is like he's willing to play the, I guess, bad role. Like he's in tough times for TL. Umti will take all the inting, right? Which sometimes is just straight up inting, but he's also like taking a lot of the flame and the hate. And he's going in when TL looks too scared to go in. And TL, like you can tell a lot of the players will lose trust in their team fighting on TL. And Umti will almost force them to actually take a team fight sometimes. That isn't a bad team fight. They just seem so afraid to team fight, and they seem like they believe they're so bad. He kind of makes them do it, even if they lose it. You kind of have to have that in some ways.
Yeah.
And with Yuji, we'll see what happens if they just become so passive that it ends up just losing, or they really do become 2017 TSM, where they literally just scale into oblivion and say, "We're gonna do nothing." And except unlike 2017 TSM, TL's not a good team fighting team. So they're just going to scale to oblivion and then lose the team fight. But old TSM would go, we think we'll beat you in team fighting. So we'll just pick a bunch, like 5 champions who can do nothing forever. And we'll see at minute 30 for the coin flip.
Oh, man. I don't know. I'm curious to see how they scale into the season. Like you said, it's a lot of hypotheticals with TL right now. They're definitely getting more hate than most, and I think like it's the Umti stuff really kind of like building up to a feverish pace, and his mentality is not helping him at all. Impact
No.
obviously falling off a little bit is not great for them, but like I don't know, until it is officially over for them, I'm not willing to count them out. They're the Chiefs. Okay, they can look ugly all we want. If they make it back to the Super Bowl, they make it back to the Super Bowl, and that's
Yep.
it. So,
And you can't, that is the issue. Like you can't rule them out. I don't want to call them the Chiefs, I guess. I'm going to slow down with that one.
I mean, they've got titles to back for it.
They do have titles, I guess. That's true, yeah. Never mind. I guess they could be the Chiefs. I just feel like the Chiefs is such a high bar.
It is. I'll agree with that. But
yeah, they are kind of the Chiefs in that sense.
you know who's the fucking Baltimore Ravens at this point? 100 Thieves.
Who? I mean, that's not a bad one for them.
We have our superstar, our Lamar Jackson, our Quid, okay? That crumbles in some of the biggest moments under pressure, okay?
Yep.
And we got some studs around him as well with River and Sniper whenever he decides to turn it on. But then at the same time, dude, we're fucking running it at points. Like it's bad.
You guys are actually running it.
I'm scared. I'm starting to get scared, personally. The being this bad at scrims thing for multiple weeks is not sustainable. Like, I don't care if we turn it on stage, fine. This will catch up to us. And I don't know how the fuck we fix this. Like, this to me is like, Golden Glue is about to earn, assuming that 100 Thieves, like in a world where 100 Thieves is not here next year, Golden Glue is about to earn himself a head coach job somewhere else or possibly be an assistant with somebody else, in my mind. Like that, unless, obviously, there's other spots they could take. But like, this is where I'm really looking at coaching to turn this around, because we cannot have a third fucking week in a row where scrims are just that god awful and it's bleeding into stage.
Yeah. Honestly, you guys need to be taking, like, you need to scrim disguise this week. Just for the confidence boost.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of those weeks where you don't scrim people to get better. You scrim people to get your swagger back almost.
Yeah. And SLJ said last year we were dogging scrim as well. You have to grow though. Like the thing, I was willing to excuse it last year because you have a bunch of younger players on this team. You have a bunch of people that they're stepping up on stage, but they hit a ceiling of like third. Right? But the expectation for this team is no longer third. Like once you've done that twice now, the goal is to try and contend. And the reality is you cannot contend if you're playing that shit in scrims. And it's got to improve. You have to see improvement from players year over year. And right now, unfortunately, Sniper has regressed. Like, it's just the truth. He's trying, you can tell they're trying to get him to play more measured. And I think it's throwing him off. But you also can't just allow him to go buck fucking wild, because that's probably part of the problem of why they're inting in scrims. And sure, they might have their mojo, but you're never going to be able to, like, you're just waiting on him to hopefully pull up from mid-court and nail the three every time. Like, it's going to work sometimes, but, like, eventually it will be a problem.
Yeah. And it's not like, I'm actually really worried about Sniper. I think he's just not as good as we want him to be. And it kind of is what it is, but it's like, I don't know what you do with him is my issue. Like, legitimately, I don't know where you would take him, or you can't really get rid of him. I don't know who you'd replace him with in the current scene.
I'm not even thinking about replacing anybody. Like, realistically, this roster is not changing. We don't even know if we're going to be in the league next year. Like, nothing is changing about this squad at all. It's staying the same.
Yeah.
You can't make any future plans. You can't do shit until Riot tells us what's going on. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
That's all it is.
He's just so tough to watch.
Dude, he goes down so much in lane. So much. And he gets punished. Like, his mistakes feel telegraphed to a certain extent. And I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how you fix that, because it's like, I saw a comment in chat saying that, like, oh, you know, he's gotten better. He's gotten better in certain areas. I agree. But his laning's gotten way worse. Way, way worse.
Mm-hmm.
He's going down 20, 30 CS against the top laners in the league. He never used to do that. It used to be bad at times. Like, his team fighting would be a little int, but he would at least stay at least close to people in CS. But now he's, like, falling so far behind. And it's like,
yeah,
dude.
it's very weird. That's why I almost think you have to do a get your swagger back type of vibe.
He's got a body Surdy this weekend.
Yeah.
If you lose to Surdy, or Surdy looks like better than him in this series, that's going to be a massive hit for him. A massive, massive hit, because this guy that's in his rookie year is coming in and doing things better than you, and you should be scaling up. And I get by all means, Surdy next year could have a sophomore slump as well. Like, I'm not saying that he's not immune to that, but, like, you need players to improve, and it's going to be tough. I don't know. I do think our drafting is not helping, but that has nothing to do with the top side matchups. I think that just has to do with, like, our game state overall. I hate how we're fucking drafting for FBI and bot lane. I hate the Kalista pick for us. I hate Misfortune for us. I personally want FBI on, like, I want 3 protectors in jungle, top, support. And let Quid and FBI carry the game at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quid has shown that he can carry you games. FBI has shown that he can carry you games. Let him do it.
Yeah, if you guys can just get, like, Sniper through mid-game or through laning phase and somehow make him survive, it's fine. I don't know if he, like, I also can't tell if maybe he's just not been a good laner, and because now, like, for the most part, lane swaps are out, so he can't hide behind them as much. And that's been it too, I don't know. But it's truly not good. I mean, it's just not good.
It's weird to be living in a world where Sven and Vulcan are currently the best bot lane in the league. Again. I don't think it's particularly close either at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, Sven Vulcan are probably, well, they look like one of the better bot lanes to me. I'm still holding out on calling them the best.
Who else?
Over
Who would you put on their
Masu Busio or Jan or JJ.
Definitely not Jan
I think their
JJ
team
right
is playing good.
Henna
I don't know
Lions.
if I'd
Yeah,
call
good
them the
joke.
best. I think C9 is just, they also played Alliance. Or no, they played DSG last. So I'm holding out a little bit.
I just
And best of ones to me aren't the greatest
no, and
indicator, especially best of ones that didn't matter.
I
Aren't the
agree.
greatest indicator.
So I think these upcoming weeks are going to be important.
Yeah.
But I'm at a minimum, I'm willing to say that Sven is the most consistent AD carry in the league.
Yeah, he is.
I think
He is in
Busio
that
and
sense.
fucking Jan and Masu might have higher highs and like these insane pop off moments. Sven's not going to really have those, but dude just hits every time. He's exactly what you fucking need him to be as an ADC.
He is what he is. The problem is I don't know if there's just something about C9 that the reason I don't call them the best bottom lane is because to me there's not really an angle for them to become the actual best bottom lane. Like in playoffs, I don't see C9 changing to go to that second, gear that actually does something
wins
that
you
wins
the title. That step up that TL does.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean TL, FlyQuest. Yeah, really those two right now. I guess the 100 Thieves has a lot to figure out.
Yeah, we do.
But
I mean, look.
I mean, the weird part is we're talking about TL like it's all dead and gone. And they're probably about to be, 2-0 in their group?
They are, but I mean, it sets up for that massive best of 3 against C9.
Yeah, which isn't like the end of the world.
No, but it gives us a very clear indication of where they're both at.
Yeah, it does. It does and it doesn't because they're going to have to play again at some point, more than likely.
They'll probably 100% have to play against each other in playoffs.
Because that's why I'm not over taking anything because my thing is Split 1 was like kind of the same way,
Yeah.
Where everybody was like, well, it really wasn't, I guess, in the sense of everybody was still calling 100 Thieves frauds. But they were like, C9 is the clear number one, like going into that. Everybody, I mean, if you go back to the dive, C9 was going to basically walk through or fly. It was going to be one of those two.
I'll be honest with you, I stopped taking the opinion of the dive as of late. I think Meteos' opinion just gets like really amplified a little bit more there for me.
Yeah.
I think it's a passive thing of like when you have a fan of somebody or like somebody that's a part of it on a podcast, things always tend to be a little like you tend to mince your words a little bit more unless you are like fully willing to fucking cook somebody. And I don't think I don't know. To me, it feels like things are held back a little bit. But I think every team in the top 4 right now, barring C9, because C9's look pretty good overall. FlyQuest has issues that you can expose them on. Masu, I think, has been out of position a lot. I looked at his death percentage, or his death share. His death share is insanely high. He's dying so much more than he did last split.
Somebody also said he has like third lowest total deaths of ADCs. Do they just not die a lot as a team?
Probably not, no. So then whenever they do die, he's dying the most of it.
Which also would make sense for an ADC. Like, you're going to blow your load to kill the ADC.
Yeah.
But I get what you mean. That can still be him positioning.
I still think he's been, like, you look at him, you look at Jan, you look at FBI, and you look at Sven. Of the 3 of those, I think, yeah, I'd be willing to say that Masu is probably the worst performing of them all right now. Maybe FBI with him. But FBI's, I'm not sure how much of that is like him versus his team.
I think if you're just strictly speaking of top 4, you have to go like C9 right now is everybody's favorite
Yeah, Sven won.
because I think C9's road has been good for them and they did well in best of ones. That I don't hold any weight into, but obviously I think most fans now are C9 fans, like most the league fans left are C9 fans, so they're going to be very high up on people's list. FlyQuest also, I get they have a lot of fans, but FlyQuest fans are not very loud, and I don't know where they exist. I just keep getting told that they're picked a lot on fantasy, but I have no idea where these people exist.
They're not the only
Or where
person
they
that I
interact.
see vocal like that is Elaine, who's part of like the Name crew.
Yeah,
And
and I remember Rico
some
was.
of the Rico, some of the Name crew, but like they're nowhere near as vocal on Twitter as you would expect them to be.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, naturally, if C9 is winning, it's going to be relatively the way we're all going to feel is that C9 is just curb stomping everybody, and they have 0 flaws.
Which
Like,
look,
because-
that's the C9 problem every time. Like I feel like they always do that in like the regular season, barring the JoJoPune year. That was the one year where like it was like clear
And
that they
yeah,
had issues.
Guy in chat has a good point. C9 do have the highest floor. I'll give them that. They're very
Do they?
vet heavy. Vet heavy teams
Are they
have pretty good floors.
any more vet heavy than FlyQuest or TL? Really?
I mean, I would say Sven, Vulcan, Blabber like control
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
they-
the like
but-
your bot lane. Yeah, but your bot lane and your jungle control a lot of the like things that you could throw. Theoretically, your top laner and your mid laner being young and good mechanically is like good for beating bad teams. Because that means naturally your top laner and your mid laner are going to do well in lane against the bad mid laners. And your vets theoretically have played against or just know how bad all the other people are to punish them. Like your support jungle, you know?
Yeah.
They can just out roam and punish bad players. So those would make sense to me. I mean, I get FlyQuest is another vet heavy team in people's head.
I mean, you got because FlyQuest, you have a younger bot lane, sure, and Quad is a little bit younger. So you have 2 vets and 3 younger guys. TL, you have
But technically, Quad's not young. He's just
but you're
new
if
to
you're, if
NA.
you're a fresh face.
Yeah. That's fair.
I would say TL, 3 veterans. I consider Umpty a vet. Like he's been around.
Yeah, TL's
more than
very
long
vet.
enough. TL's vet
TL's
other than Yawn
very-
and APA.
But we know TL's not high floor.
Yeah.
Their vets
That's
aren't
fair.
like stabilizing right now. Like I would say C9 has the vets that I think of that are stable, you know?
What's wild to me is that like 100 Thieves you would assume would have a lower floor, but I feel like TL's floor is lower than 100 Thieves. I don't know
Yeah.
why I get that perception.
I mean, wait, say it again.
I feel
didn't think
like
about it.
Team Liquid's floor is lower than 100 Thieves. Even if most people are going to have the perception that TL is still better.
Yeah.
We
that
haven't
is
we've
weird.
never
Because-
like we have not lost the games that TL has lost.
Yeah, and they just go up and down. Like TL's so up and down, it's crazy. You're right on that. Like they do have an insane. Their floor and ceiling is like the Grand Canyon. Like it's nuts. Like either way, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. But it's gonna be nuts the whole way.
It's wild.
But it is like I think of C9, like I just think of vets that have been around so long and have been stable that like that's just what they do. Like yes, like when I say vet heavy, people are gonna be like what? They're gonna talk about older teams. Who's another old team? SR. Somebody mentions SR. Lunar mentions SR. But you can like if you're thinking for 2 seconds, you don't think of SR as a high floor team.
No, let's be honest. When we're talking about like floor ceiling, we're talking about
Yeah,
the top
this is
4
top
teams.
4.
Like
Yeah, this is
you
top
can
4.
exclude everybody else from that conversation. Like nobody else,
Yeah.
despite Dignitas like getting their win over you guys, despite the Skies getting their lone win over TL, nobody else has proven to even be in that conversation. So you can't like lump
Yeah.
them together. Okay, let's be clear for those in chat. When I say young, I'm talking about young to the league. I'm not talking about young in terms of age, because I know like the age perception in North America is out the fucking window. Like it really is. APA is only in his second full year. And he came into the league at what, 21, 22-ish, because he went to college first. Like Yuji's not going to be young, I don't think, when he comes in. How old's Yuji? Let's find out right now. No, I don't want fucking Yumi. I want Yuji. Jesus Christ. Leaguepedia sucks. Yuji's 22.
Yeah, I mean, well, also, you're just not. Are there any young people anymore?
Not really, because everybody goes to college and goes through like the collegiate route. Like what? Other than Sniper. Sniper and Quid are the only two like
That's an interesting
really
stat
young ones
that
I could
Jan
think.
is the longest tenured TLADC.
I had to think about it, and it made sense the more I thought about it. Because like Doublelift was there for 2 years, plus like that one split before he left for you guys.
Yeah.
Johan has now been there for 2 years, one split, and now almost a second because of the way things are structured now. So yeah, he would actually be the longest tenured TLADC.
I mean, he would be. Wouldn't it be the end of this split?
Yeah,
If
end of this
stays
split,
from
he
summer,
goes.
He's longer.
I mean, technically, once you
than
get past like
Doublelift.
the halfway point of the split, you're longer.
Yeah, because Doublelift left after spring, right?
He left midway through spring. He didn't finish the split. They brought in Tactical like a little bit into it.
But yeah, these guys are. I mean, let's be real. Like, you're not gonna have young. Isn't what people think young is anymore.
No, fresh
in league.
face is like the real.
Fresh. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's the real way. I mean, because none of these guys are young. I mean, young people aren't playing League right now.
No.
So I don't know what you want. Like,
I mean, that's
a whole nother side conversation we could have about the game. If you want somebody young, unfortunately, you got to go over to Euro and grab somebody.
All right, well, let's test this. How old do you think Gakkos is?
Gakkos? Probably 21. Is he old?
Lock in your final
man.
guess.
21.
17.
What? What? No way.
They locked down a fucking child. They locked
Bro.
down FlyQuest locked it. FlyQuest said
How do you spell his name?
GAKGOS.
GAKGOS?
GAKGOS.
What? Why'd he come over here so early and not just try out Euro?
Because I don't know. FlyQuest is probably like, look, you get the chance to play under Whippo, and realistically, like if they're guaranteeing him starting time, and then you slowly work your way into it, yeah, fuck yeah,
He was
he'll be
born
starting
in
by
2008. 2008? That's crazy.
Dude, I can't think about the kids I teach on Sundays. The youngest ones are 7. You realize that means that they were born in 2018.
Oh, that's bad.
I know. I cannot think about it. Like I choose to not.
That kid's young, bruh.
Yeah.
Bro, and if he's good, it's gonna be a problem. They get so young if he's good.
That's what, but it's perfect because like Whippo is like slowly working his way out, or at least working towards like coaching. And if Gakkos can be this guy and Whippo can train under him for like the last split and then take over the starting role next year, oh my god, dude, FlyQuest locked the kid down.
And to be honest, if you can replace Bwipo, like I mean, I know everybody talks about his champ pool, but that's got to be the most annoying thing to play with as a team. Like a man who can legitimately only play kind of off meta things and occasionally on meta, and is very like stuck in certain ways. It's got to be difficult.
He could be good. Top lane's going to be interesting in this league. If Sniper can step up.
Very interesting.
I don't know. We'll see.
That's crazy. He's so young.
Yeah. Think about it. Surdy just got his start this year. Okay.
He does the BB route and never has to play on bad EU teams. Brother, you must have forgotten Shulka 4 Broken Blade, who spent a whole year sitting in Elo hell, popping off every game, and just started making Twitter memes. And that's when he really became a Twitter man, because he would say like something crazy on Twitter, go into the series, pop off, they'd get absolutely curb stomped, and then he would post something else on Twitter that was really funny, and you would just laugh.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about on NA before we swap it over to EU? Is there anything I'm missing? We spent a lot of time on the top 4.
Oh, we crushed fantasy this week.
Oh, dude, I fucking killed it. I don't know if I've seen anybody get more points than I've had in a single week.
I don't know, to be honest.
I checked like the top 10 in our league. Nobody had a point total like I had this past week.
Really?
Yeah. I was at like 150.
Can you see week by week?
Yeah. It shows at the top. If you click onto the individual player, it'll show it at the top.
Oh.
Not a single person came fucking close to me.
What'd you have? 150 some?
Yeah, like 150. Let me pull it up. I was 29th coming into this week. I'm now 8th.
Dang.
I climbed up 20 spots. I had 156.12.
Man, I only had 147.
Yeah.
And moved to 4th.
Dude, I fucking killed it.
But yeah, you have good net worth now, I bet.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just going on my market, I've got... I don't even know. If I was... I mean, I could sell... I mean, I can't really do too much. Like, it's not like I'm going to be able to upgrade any play. Like, now that I've got C9 players locked in, it's like I could sell some of them, but they have a really good matchup against who they playing this week? TL's got the other easy one in their group, right? Don't they?
They have Disguised, yes.
C9 has Disguised? No. They played
TL has Disguised.
So C9 has Lion.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm keeping C9 on that one. That's like...
You're just going to keep them locked in?
I mean, why not?
Interesting.
He said Thanatos is bait for fantasy points. Brother, he got me 31 this week. I got fucking points from him. So, my net worth, by the way, is still only 67.4.
I mean, that's pretty high compared to your last net worth.
It was, because everybody kind of shot up. And the thing I might do, well, the only people that I was looking at replacing, and I don't have the budget to do it, is I wanted to try and make an upgrade to grab Quid. But I can't, because I'm 1.1 away from being able to get him. And I'm not trading Thanatos out for anybody in the league right now. Not a chance in the world am I trading him out. And then jungle-wise, like, I can't downgrade to anybody. Like, every other decent jungler in NA is above him. Blabber's above him. Inspired is above him. River and Umpty are both above him. The only thing is he plays against FlyQuest. So I'm half tempted to see... I could technically, like, go XU. Like, really go budget savings, grab XU, and hope that DSG does something against TL. And then get rid of APA and pick up Quid.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I'm thinking I could possibly get value on.
I'm considering moving down from Loki to move up my jungler. But we'll see. I have time.
I'm not down. I'm not swapping away from Sven and Vulcan. Will not do it. They're too solid for fantasy.
True.
But I'll save more fantasy talk for the pit on Friday. Anything else in NA that we're missing before I start glazing the shit out of EU?
No.
Bro, I'm about to say something controversial, but somebody pitched the idea to me, and the more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm down for it. People are going to hate me for this, and I get it. Put 4 North American teams in the LEC, expand the LEC to 14 teams. Let CBLOL have their own thing. Let them be their own major region. Send 4 NA teams over there to play in that league and guarantee that we get 2 of the teams come over to North America and play over here. Or like 2 of those road trip weekends. If that's what it takes for me to get road trips in North America, I'm down to do it. I don't give a fuck.
Whoa.
I want what they had this past weekend so fucking bad. So bad.
That you want to blow up everything to what?
I'm willing to blow up North America, merge part of our region with the LEC, create a Western Super League, and guarantee that we get 2 road shows at least per year in North America.
Right. I don't think they could afford to do it.
No, they
Fly all the
they
way
definitely
from over there
could.
to here.
But I want that fucking road show. I
mean, that would be honestly a good deal.
I was so pissed off going from watching the LEC in that arena to watching the LTA in a fucking studio with no fans.
Honestly, the only mistake they made was the casters not hearing the crowd.
Yeah, that was the only thing that sucked. But like beyond
But
that,
genuinely,
everything else
if
was good.
you missed the Koi Fnatic final, people have to go back and watch that.
Oh, one of the best
I don't
endings
think,
to a game I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, and with the crowd, that's what made it what it was. Like, that was just, the crowd was the thing.
Yep. It's just nuts.
I mean, I don't know.
Here's the thing.
But that idea is not terrible, and the idea of like
okay, look,
we would get roadshows, but it's just so expensive.
Here's the realistic answer, okay? Riot needs to partner with fucking DreamHack, Comic-Con, CES, all these fucking tech and convention show, like all these things that have like conventions everywhere, and put regular season fucking matches there. What pissed me off more than anything, which Con had, I don't know if you listened to Hotline League this week, Con called in to talk about the road shows. I was fucking mind blown that Travis had no clue what was going on.
That was weird.
Was wild to me. You talked to John Needham. Okay, you're talking to like heads of LoL esports. You are like an ambassador and figurehead for this league or like this esport, basically. At that level, in terms of like needing to know everything that's going on. When he had no fucking clue what was happening, and I'm sitting here like, this is a monumental, like, changing moment for the space, and you just missed it. Like, what the fuck is going on here? So then whenever it's like, oh, I don't know why we would do a roadshow for a regular season, because we need to get in front of fucking people. And if you can put esports, like DreamHack is going to have Call of Duty and Halo at their fucking, for Major 4 there. Put a regular season weekend of fucking league there. And do it like the LEC does, so you don't have to fly out 8 teams. Only send out 4 and have them mix and match the same way the LEC did this past weekend. It's a great way to do it. A fucking great way to do it. I loved how they scheduled it.
Yep.
Why are we not doing
And honestly,
that?
it incentivizes teams to build a brand worth sending.
Yes. And if you can get people to show up, and like Team Liquid and C9, it's like great. They have Call of Duty teams. They have teams in like these other esports that are also going to be there. They can build their fandom and fandom for League there as well. Like,
Yep.
what the fuck are we doing? And then to listen to the call being like, oh, it's regular season. I'm like, you've lost the fucking plot so heavily that you cannot, like, I do not get it. I fucking don't get it at all.
It was exciting though to hear Travis finally admit that roadshows would be nice. I mean, he said it multiple times when Colin was talking. He was like, "Oh, you know, I do want roadshows," and I was like, "Man, 2 years ago when we were really going to bat for roadshows,
Oh,
like
we got
they
so
were,
much pushback.
we did, and finally, like now everyone's seeing our vision in Europe, and it's why I earlier this year said I saw Casey's announcements and things. I saw what they've been doing in the off season, and I said, you know, I think I'm gonna like actually really jump into KC, and I was kind of slow rolling. And then when KC won it all, and I watched just how crazy that fan base is, like I was like, no, this is something I want to like enjoy more regularly.
Yeah.
And that's why I started telling you, like, I genuinely might like really slow my NA watching because I want to take in more KC content. And it's just like then you see the MCOY thing happen, and you're like, yeah, no, this is huge. Like this is insane.
And I know the K Corp event is going to feel smaller because it's only 3,000 people, depending on how they do the camera work. Because like 3,000 people is a lot. They can make it look like really, really nice if they want to. But dude, what pissed me off was I found that thread from 2022 of me suggesting what like the ideal schedule would be. And it was like 2 regular season road shows a split and then finals at a location of Riot's choice. You let the teams partner with a college here in North America for those 2 regular season events and make sure that we can go out, connect with colleges, and do everything there. And then you let Riot host finals because you don't know who's going to be at finals. You can let if teams want to do it, fine, but I think it's better to just keep like finals as a Riot thing, just so that you remove like that portion of it out. And fucking 3 years later, here we are. I promise you, I will bet you any fucking money next year Riot fully adopts that. They're going to be, if I had to guess, split one they might not, just because I don't know, Riot might be too pussyfoot to fucking do it. But I'm willing to bet Koi, K Corp, G2, and Fnatic at minimum all have regular season events next year. All of them.
Yep.
Koi in Spain, France for K Corp, probably London for Fnatic, and I'm not sure where G2 wants to go. If G2, you know, it would be brilliant. Hear me out. G2 has a North American Valorant team. G2 does their roadshow in NA. Imagine how much of a fuck you that would be to North America if Europe comes over and does a roadshow in North America for 4 of their top teams. And we can all go watch the LEC. But we can't watch North America on the road. Imagine how much of a fuck you that would be.
Crazy.
And they could do it too. That's the worst part, is I know they could do it.
Yeah. They could make the money in NA for sure.
European fans would be
to say
pissed.
it.
I understand, like, they would be. And I know this is probably not going to happen. But I'm saying if they wanted to, they could do it with ease.
That honestly, I'm actually thinking about. That sounds kind of genius. Like to bring in NA fans. I mean, if you're Europe and you want to just do final nail in the coffin, now Riot would never let them because Riot can't allow them to kill NA.
Yep.
But that would kill NA. I think I would rather travel for something like that with G2 and KC than NA final, if I'm being honest.
Yep.
Because I know the crowd would be into it. And I know the people watching that would be like interested in not being a typical LTA crowd. Because I know there's a difference between an NA crowd and an LTA crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to college football, college basketball, any pro sport. There's a difference between what LTA crowds do and what every other sport seems to have.
Mm-hmm.
So getting that, if it has to be European League of Legends that lets us get that feeling,
I'm down.
I'm cool with
I'm
it.
so fucking down. I know
Why not?
chat's already freaking out. So I already know like this is not gonna happen. And it wouldn't. And there was concern about time zones. If you think we wouldn't show up for a fucking 11 a.m. match here on the East Coast, hold it for G2, hold it in New York at 11 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we'll fucking be there. And it's 5 o'clock start time for them. 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock match. Yeah, they're like European fans would absolutely do that. European fans for years fucking stayed up to watch matches in North America for the LCS. If we started at 11 our time, yeah, they'll be fine. It would be but you can force it to start at 11, Lunar. Like you can have a compromise where you get the best of both worlds. Doesn't have to be so strict.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is all a fucking made up hypothetical scenario that would work, in my opinion, brilliantly well and be fucking hilarious. But I say all of this just because we need to get on the road. And if next year, whatever plan they announce for the LTA is literally just fucking one roadshow at the end again, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah. No, I would too. And okay, also with the time zones thing, like NFL fans get up at 9 a.m. for NFL kickoffs in Europe.
Yep.
If you love the sport, you love the sport. You'll be up. And I guarantee you K-Core fans, well, they would be mad, right? That they would lose some of their games to Americans. They would get up for that game. They're K-Core fans.
You know what's...
Like, they actually care.
You know what's kind of funny? Watching...
What?
You got to be kidding me, said in chat, like 11 a.m. Start time, 5-hour day, means you're ending at 1 p.m. Let me check and see what time the series started this past weekend for the LEC. Because if I recall correctly, they started at... Hang on. I need... LEC Leaguepedia. I'm pretty sure they started, like the last match started like 1 o'clock our time. I'm 99% certain they were 1 o'clock our time. East Coast.
Wait, are you... They're talking... I think they're talking about 8. They're talking about Pacific time, bro.
Are they? Oh, you're PST. Oh, yeah. I don't give a fuck about PST. Bro, the only thing that fucking matters... The only thing that matters for if we're talking LEC coming over is East Coast time and normal and center and like standard European time. Those are the only things that matter.
I'm really
fuck
confused.
the West Coast.
I'm pretty sure
fuck the West
Eastern
Coast.
time is what, 5 hours different?
Yeah, it's only 5 hours difference.
Okay.
LTA based in LA. Well, guess what? This ain't about the fucking LTA. This is about Europe, and we're focused on European time, of which 11 a.m. East Coast time is perfectly fine for my LEC hypothetical. Because that's when we watch their games normally. Like, nothing changes for us. And nothing changes for Europe either. It'd be...
Guys, time difference to Germany, I guess.
It's
Would that
6
be
hours.
the best one?
I think
6 hours?
It's 5 or 6 hours.
6 hours, yeah. So
if we start at 11, that's 5 o'clock start time for them. That's prime time. You're looking at 6 hours at most. 5 to 11, that's perfectly normal for them.
that's
They're fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
5 to 11. Watching on TV.
Oh, dude, it'd be so good.
Yeah.
It'd be so good. It'd be, But I'm calling it now that at minimum there will be 4 regular season road shows next year for the LEC.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 4?
Yeah, 4.
For the LEC?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying
Excluding
LTA for a
finals.
second.
No,
I was like,
no.
what?
No, if we're lucky, we'll be able to
Yeah.
fucking attend DreamHack.
Sorry, I was trying to catch up in chat and listen, and I was like, huh? I was like, we
No.
can't afford that.
No, I think what'll happen is the thing that's needed to happen for a long period of time, which is each team will finally get their annual event that they can bring fans out to. And then if people want to go
That'd
to
be
finals, people go to
awesome.
finals. And Riot needs to, like, that's on Riot then to step up and deliver a good finals experience that people want to go. But, like,
Yep.
that way you give these fans of teams that exist the chance to go to their, like, individual teams match. There is nothing, like, look, we can sit here talking about, like, oh, you know, for American sports, we'd love to go to the Super Bowl. We'd love to go to, you know, baseball's not applicable because games are played at home there. Basketball is not applicable, but like college football playoffs. We'd love to go see a national championship, regardless of where it's at a neutral site. But I'd love to watch a home game at my own stadium with my own fans and then go to that championship game. That's what elevates those moments.
I like what Lunar, the places Lunar gave. UK, Spain, France, moving location.
Yeah.
Like, just do something like that. But Con is so happy right now.
Oh, I know.
Con is like just absolutely telling people, "Oh, really? He's already typing, investing in your fans. Weird."
So it's funny.
It's what LEC's doing.
It's
All the money they make, they literally just put it into building a better experience for the teams.
Yep.
I won't say LEC did that.
No.
I keep wanting to remind people this is not LEC's doing.
No, this is the teams.
Like, they've gotten so lucky that their teams are so much better than they are. Like, they're so lucky. And also, like, I know this is gonna tick off some people, but JoJo might have made the best decision of all time.
He really did.
Like, what a genius move to hop over.
Bro, he played in front of more fans last weekend than he's ever played in North America.
Really? Even the one he played in with Danny?
Yep. That was
What
like,
was that?
I think that was like, that was probably right around the same. It was probably like 9,000 people, give or take.
Okay, but that one was a little more empty because I remember those years.
Yeah.
We were starting
We sectioned off like a quarter of an NFL stadium, and even then it was like the bottom section was filled, the top section, like that was whenever things started like being what it was. But JoJo has never played in front of a crowd like that. Ever. Has never. Bro, those walkouts that they do, I don't understand why we continue to fuck up our walkouts in North America. Bro, walking out through the fucking crowd is just, it's peak.
It is.
Peak. Like, for some reason,
so
like,
good.
North America has always done, like, this past year, they were up on stage and, like, they did that, you know, that intro there, fine. Like, I get it. You're in a theater. But, like, you can still have people walk down the fucking aisles to, like, get up on stage. Like, I don't, just, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I know people were
crazy.
Some people were not a fan of the Fnatic walkout song. I fucking loved it. The creativity that came
Fnatic walkout.
It was some rap song that was fucking great.
Oh.
It hit perfectly. I was like, this is great. Walkout songs. It was just perfect. It was perfect.
Dude, Healy said let's do an outdoor arena again. You know how manly and American it would be to have a winter game in Chicago,
bro,
of League of Legends?
I'd be out there shirtless. I don't care if I get pneumonia. I'm out there shirtless the entire time. Hell yeah.
That's what America was built for. Taking PCs and having to heat them up in winter League of Legends.
It's snowing, the snow landing on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Somebody's Bluetooth stops working because there's water building up on the table.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Oh, you don't like this? You don't like freedom? Do you not like democracy? That's all we're saying the whole time. What are you, a communist?
Oh god.
This is North American League of Legends, bud.
Oh god.
That is, I mean, dude, keep the players inside boxes, bro. That's a genius idea. Lock them up in those glass boxes with heaters, and the fans are just sitting in the cold for no reason. That's awesome.
Yep.
And Soldier Field, Lambeau's so much better of an example. Just put them in Lambeau on the bleachers.
-20, snow everywhere. And
Yeah.
here's the catch. Analyst desk has to be outside with us. That's my only rule.
Yes.
They're not allowed to be in like
Yes.
some heated area or underneath an overhang. They need to be out. Like you can have like the overhang to protect the equipment like they do for sports broadcast. But
Yes.
I want to see them bundled up, mitts and everything. Like I
Yep.
want to see them struggling in the same way that
Oh.
we are, because it's just embracing Midwest fucking culture.
Yep. Con made a good point. People will say NA culture is extreme in sports. we walk out there in the middle of winter and we get angry that people are like, the players could get hurt. We're like, what do you? That's the point of this game.
Yeah.
That's why we made it. No, we're like, this is why football exists.
Summer finals, Death Valley. In
Yes,
in the middle of South
100%.
Carolina, 120 degrees, humid as shit. Players are inside this nice air-conditioned, relaxed environment. We are out there sweating our fucking asses off. It's humid. There's a thunderstorm that happens
and
at
like-
3:00 on the dot. Like, oh
Bro.
man,
In LSU's 100K stadium, could you imagine that
Oh.
kind of crowd over League of Legends? That'd be nuts.
bro, Happy
stuff,
Valley's
bro.
100K. We'd never get 100.
True.
Oh, I take that back. If we went to Penn State and you give me a month, okay, you fly me out there for a month, just put me up in a hotel, and I like let every student know, hey, I know this sounds dumb as shit, but we're gonna all watch video games as 100,000 people in Beaver
here's-
Stadium, and all I need you to do is get drunk out of your ass and go nuts. Give me a month on Penn State's campus. I will have that be almost as rowdy, if not rowdier, than a whiteout game.
I just can't believe we never went for college kids.
Because we were so scared of
Like at any
there's
point.
this worry, I think, within Riot of like, oh, but dude, what if they drink alcohol and are underage? Fuck it. It's college.
Yeah.
Embrace it. Have Captain
can't
Flowers
stop it.
shirtless, chugging, then casting. Captain Flowers could be the Pat McAfee of the space if you let him be. So let him be.
Yeah.
Have him pop an edible before the day before in the pregame show. So he's struggling to get on the fucking stage the next day while casting drunk out of his ass. Oh man. And he would do it too. There's not a second in my mind that he wouldn't say yes to that.
Yep. It's
Storm
so
is right.
sad.
We just tell the students at Penn State, hey, the Europeans don't think we can do this.
True.
They'd be like, bet. Fucking
Bro, take
bet.
a place in the Midwest. You say that to any area in the Midwest, that's an instant sellout. You tell Midwesterners they can't beat Euros, it riles them up, bro. It gets them ready to do something. They're like, Europeans? Those ones? They're like, we can fill this up.
That's like, dude, everybody's like, oh, we need to emulate sports culture, like NFL, NBA. Bro, we needed to invest in college culture. I needed to see fucking Cloud9 fans jumping through fucking flaming tables at tailgate events and Riot spotlighting the shit out of it. And Flowers wanting to go out there and do it. Raz, I'm not sure what role Raz would play. Raz would be fucking great in all this. Like, dude. We needed college culture. That's what you need. And like the best part is so many of our players are now coming from the collegiate scene. Granted, smaller D3 schools, but like, dude, just let people go fucking buck wild. Just let them do it.
True.
At least we've been consistent on the college page for like 3-4 years now.
Yeah, it's been
We've
too long
always-
at this point.
We've been preaching this from the jump.
Even when they went to Raleigh, the fact they went, I mean, ignoring Easter, the fact they went there and didn't even try to get Duke, Carolina, or like Wake
NC
Forest,
State's a
NC State
fucking
to
like
show
5
up.
blocks
Yeah.
away.
NC State literally is the whole. Like,
Yeah, it's like literally the town.
yeah, it's insane to me that they didn't try the triangle. Like, just try the triangle. Yeah, you got Coastal. Like, you
Coastal's
could
a
have
little
done
far
a
away.
whole.
Coastal's
Well, I just mean, yeah, but I get what Lunar's saying. Like, the idea of going on a trip around
Yeah,
North Carolina, like, take a team that didn't make it. But I get it.
I also don't know
I
if
get it.
I
That
don't
would
know
have
if
been too
Lunar's
hard.
thinking about the same Coastal that I'm thinking. When you say Coastal, I'm thinking of Coastal Carolina University, biggest party school in the entire East Coast in terms of like
Yeah,
non
I assume he
D1 power.
is.
Okay,
It's the only Coastal, right?
could
But
just
he
mean
also
like
said it with a
Coastal
question
event.
mark.
I
I
don't
guess
know.
he meant. I see what he means. He put a question mark, so I wasn't sure how close they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, but still, like,
For those,
even if you want to drive a little, go to Wake and get some more. But like, I just can't believe they went to Carolina and didn't even try. Didn't even try to get some kids who care about like anything sports related. They would watch League. Or if you just honestly, I know this is the wrong thing to do, but it's the right thing to do to sell people on coming to your event. It's called one free drink ticket.
oh, dude.
You give them, you tell them it's a $10 ticket, and with it you get a coupon for a hot dog and a beer.
Oh.
Come on, you got them. You got them locked in. I mean, but I don't know. It's apparently too hard.
That's why I'm sold on G2 saving us and then having an LEC roadshow event in New York.
It's so doomed. I mean, it's so sad because I don't know. Now we're watching LEC do the very thing that we've been saying would have saved an A, but we were told is just an impossible feat to accomplish. And LEC is like, oh, actually, it's really possible. It's incredibly possible to do this.
Place your bet now.
Hmm.
How many times do we play, excluding Brazil, and like the crossover? Because don't forget, here's the kicker for next year. Don't forget, our summer finals is not in North America next year.
Ooh,
It's in Brazil
that's
because
tough.
we alternate.
Yeah.
How many road shows do we have next year? How many times does the LTA leave Los Angeles?
I'm gonna go once.
For what event? Where?
Split 2 finals maybe. And where is tough. We're gonna hope. Well, they're probably gonna go East Coast this year, aren't they?
I have no fucking clue. They haven't said a goddamn word.
I'm gonna go Midwest or East Coast, but it's gonna be like the other one they didn't do for like Northeast or Midwest, and it's gonna be the one they didn't do this year.
Because we do also have Worlds next year. That's the only other notable thing that I will say.
Yeah, and yeah, to people in chat, we're not counting Brazil as a road show.
No, I do not count that either. If it's not North America, it does not count.
Yeah.
I just think
no, there's how hard it would be to get to Brazil if we can't get to LA. Like, come on.
I'm gonna
It's
go.
technically a like slightly lower plane flight, but then you have to go to Brazil, which I'm good.
Here's my prediction. It's gonna be me really stepping out on a bubble here. Riot, don't make me look fucking dumb for this, please. We're gonna have 2. We're gonna have 2 road shows next year, and both of them are gonna be at events where other esports are held. A
Oh,
dream
something
hack,
like that.
yeah, something like that. We will send League there 2 different times. We won't have a finals. Like I think they do all the finals in studio for split 2 and split 1. And then split 3 we're already down in Brazil. And then they say, "Hey, you're already getting worlds. You know, you get worlds." That's my guess. But I think they finally get over their fucking problem that they have and get the LTA on at least at some of the conventions. Maybe.
I don't know if I believe we'll do it.
That's my pot shot. My hope, my dream. But all right, we've gone for an hour and a half. I think it's time to wrap it up. Anything else that we're
works.
missing?
I mean, it's not really that deep of a thing to talk about, but that I was just reading the people saying the roadshows in EU won't last because the casters having to travel isn't fair on them, and I just think that's
some shit. I
hilarious
talked to Shocks on TikTok about it, and she
You
said,
did?
"Yeah." And she's like, "I want like these events are fucking great, and I want more of them." Period. That's it.
Yeah. I would say either there's 2 answers. You either step up and you pay them more if you're LEC, right? The casters to make it worth their while for traveling more. Or B, like you're really gonna have to see who loves it, who's like truly into it.
Yep.
Those are really the only 2 things we'll see. Who was our team's 6th round pick? For the Colts? I don't know. I think I kept watching the draft by the 6th round. I didn't even watch any of the rounds. I was watching playoff basketball because I had to watch the Pacers absolutely spank your Milwaukee Bucks. Which takes time. Took a lot of my time. Good time. Well spent, I might say.
Yep.
Well spent time.
Really quick before we end the podcast, let me call out some of the subs because Link gifted a tier 1 sub. Con resub for 18 months now with the Prime sub. Fenwick followed. Thank you very much for all of y'all. Anything else?
Um,
And Link gifted
No.
out another sub.
Nice.
Thank you. All right, folks. Wait, did the Lakers lose or win? Are they still playing?
They're still playing. They're not even in the second half.
Oh, Jesus. That's Link giving out 1 sub at a time. Kind of funny. All right. Be sure to join the Discord if you guys have not already joined the Shy Knockers Fantasy League. And the Dash just gifted a sub as well. People are gifting 1 sub at a time right now. Literally morphine dripping this shit. I appreciate you all.
Oh. Wow.
I feel like we have to stall now till the end of the hype train. I can't end the stream whenever we're on a hype train. Thank you for the 20 gifted, Link. Holy shit. I do like the new Vara skin, by the way. Oh, but have you played a game in Soldier Recall yet?
The game what?
Have you played a game in Soldier Recall yet?
No. Are people doing that?
Yes, and I want to. Really badly.
Oh dear. Thoughts on the new Varus skin?
I like it. I mean, I'm going to buy it, obviously. Jesus Christ, Dash. Thank you for the 5K.
Dash?
Bro, we're on a hype train. We literally can't end stream until it's over. The cutoff will be if Emily gets home. If Emily gets home, period.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Link gave out another community gifted. Thank you, brother. This timer is... Oh, boy, I'm in trouble. How are the Pacers doing, by the way, in playoffs?
Good. They won their first round 4-1.
I saw Pat was pissed about media rights and not being able to watch. Were you able to watch the game?
Yeah, because I have the local TV
Oh,
Pacers subscription. But no, yeah, the Halliburton Knox said how overrated Halliburton is. That tweet got 120K likes, bro. After the
Jesus.
series, he tweeted for the first time since like playoffs started. He only tweets in between rounds. So after they went around to like get on Twitter for one day and then get back off, so he tweeted how overrated was that or something like that. Something like that, you know. I don't remember it. But it got like 120K likes. It was hilarious.
Dash,
Crushed me.
thank you for the 200 bits.
Man, they're going crazy.
Dude, they really are. It's kind of nuts.
And Pat interviewed him today about everything because his dad, I don't know if you saw his dad, like came on the court and talked trash to Giannis. And a lot of people were like going really hard on it. And Pat was like, well, it kind of blows that nobody's talking about how good you guys played and they're just talking about your dad doing that. Like, and you guys already apologized? And he went, yeah. And I talked to Giannis after everything happened, locker rooms, all that. We kind of like chilled out and me and Giannis talked and we're good. And Pat was like, well, I hope everybody stops talking about that and starts talking about the fact I couldn't watch the game and just starts going off. And he's like, this is stupid. Like, people are way over exaggerating it. They're like, even at one point, one of the toxic table dudes goes, yeah, because you know, Pat's dad, when he started yelling at Giannis, he could have killed him. One punch and Giannis is dead if Pat's dad connects. And I was, because he's like some 40, 50-year-old man, you know? Like, so he's like, that could have been a disaster. And they were just dying, like, laughing, making jokes about it, because it was just, like, it was getting way overblown.
Jeez.
And it was funny.
Thank you, Dash, for the community gifted sub.
Yeah, they're just going crazy.
This is nuts.
But it was really good. Pat's interviews are always great with, like, indie players, because he's an indie guy, kind of. I get he's Pittsburgh, too. But
you can tell.
he loves
You
his
can
indie
tell
teams.
he has embraced the
And
cities to the fullest.
His Colts interviews used to be great before the Colts just randomly decided their players should go on a podcast and act like Pat's a problem because he calls out the team. So that was stupid, but hopefully that relationship gets fixed. Because that'll be really dumb if it doesn't. Like, really dumb.
I couldn't imagine what would happen if 100 Thieves players came out and publicly said, like, yeah, that David Shano guy's a piece of shit. Worst 100 Thieves fan ever.
Yeah, because you called him out
Yeah.
on sucking. Like, everything Pat says is like what the fans feel. Pat is well known for being well in tune with a fan base
Yep.
and how it feels. And everything he says about the Colts is like pretty much in line with how Colts fans feel. And
No, they're
just
good.
for whatever reason, bruh, they decided to like take the guy who probably is like is the most popular sports figurehead that you could possibly have, who's a huge fan of your team, and they pissed him off.
And he's
For
going to be
no
wrestling
reason.
Gunther at Backlash now as well.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like actually
true.
wrestling a proper match, which is going to be fantastic.
Thank you. Mwah.
Which
David
that's
got
what
me
makes
flowers.
him
Look at
and
my hair.
looks amazing. That's what keeps him and Hallie so close, because
It's
Hallie
actually
loves
on the top.
loves
It's
wrestling.
hard to tell the highlights, but I did get honey highlights in here. The lighting isn't good in here.
So every interview
What are you laughing at?
that Pat and Halliburton do,
Yeah.
like, just becomes a wrestling interview, and all they do is talk wrestling.
Makes sense. Dude, wrestling has been fun to watch. I ain't going to cap. I'm going to use so many Randy Orton memes over the next year because I just love everything about what he does there.
Yeah, it's funny stuff. They're doing really good. Wrestling's like on a huge comeback,
Do they know about my
I
age?
guess, like numbers wise and ratings.
David, just to let you know in chat, I just have my light turned down as low as humanly fucking possible, so it's not hard on my eyes right now because my allergies are acting up. But if I wanted to, yeah, boy, for the record, this is like my light right now is at 10% power. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, it ended.
Yeah, I saw it ended. But yeah, this is 100% power on the light. This is shifting it over to like a cool light. This is shifting it over to a warmer light. But yeah, that's power. But that will give you a headache real quick. Hype for the Marvel movie. I am seeing Thunderbolts on Friday. IMAX. Best theater in the world. Cannot wait. But that's going to be Thunderbolts. Friday. Premiere night. All right, stream. That's going to be it for us. We will catch you later. The Hype Train ended. Thank you so much to both Link and Lunar. Or not Link. Lunar. Link and the Dash. Sorry. I was thinking about Lunar in chat and reading his message. Link in the Dash in chat. Thank you so much for all the gifted subs and the Hype Train. We're at 98 subs right now, which helps pay the bills. So I appreciate it.
Yeah.
One day we'll get to 1,000 followers. I'm still somehow not close to that. But we'll get there. Also, my final message as we go. Pro players, stop making your streams fucking follower only.